This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Sean Love Music. Make sure y'all go check out that new Sean Love feature presentation hosted by our very own, the lovely DJ Chelsea Lee.
Vivos and shit. Reload the flip. Take my picture. Nah. We got the clip shooting Vivos and shit. Reload and hit, we smoking blitz. Got it out the mud, now said we lit. Steady talking heavy, I'm pop my shit. And we was on the corner ducking CIs and shit. Re-up the flip, teed up the whip. Now he run through trying to see what it is. Vivo, we hop out, movie how we live. We got the clip shooting Vivos and shit. Reload and hit, we smoking blitz. Got it out the mud, now said we lit. Steady talking heavy, I'm pop my shit. And we was on the corner ducking CIs and shit. Re-up the flip, teed up the whip. Now he run through trying to see what it is. People when we hop out, movie how we live. He sold again. Brody walking up, shooting free throws again. I'm calling niggas bluff, now I got decoders pen. I'm finally coming up, feel like Debo to them. You running out of luck like with Gio and them. Bro always got a tuck, where he holding in. I ain't looking for love, money be flowing in. I wanna find a plug, now I got Debojas in. Right, we spending money, but fuck it, we get it back. Get it back. Now I started dishing from chicken scratch. Act like he bought it, ain't bought it or into that. But my shooters might just look into that. Mortal Kombat in these streets, Brody finished that. We show no love for no kitty cats. I can't be falling for bitches trying to get me back. Get me up now, go remember that. We got the clip shooting Vivos and shit. Reload and hit, we smoking blitz. Got it out the mud, now said we lit. Steady talking heavy, I'm pop my shit. And we was on the corner ducking CIs and shit. Re-up the flip, teed up the whip. Now they run through trying to see what it is. People when we hop out, movie how we 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 movie.
Hey, what up, everybody? What up, though? Welcome to the Devinwade Show. I am your DJ Chelsea Lee, and I'm gonna send you over to our host, Dev freaking Nasty.
What up, what up, what up? I am your host, DevNasty, aka Dangerous DevNasty, aka Choke Your Mom Out, aka Choke Your Pop Out, aka Choke Our Dead Briscoe Out, because he's always mocking me and shit like that. And he was also mocking Nah, who had the that fire ass song right there called Vivo.
He said,
oh, that's who that's
Like, why did you go?
live? Nah, that shit. Yeah, no, he's fired, dog.
So you had to like,
You know,
and then he went to singing. It was
he did a Puerto Rich though. He said pussy. I don't know if y'all peeped that.
Oh no, brother.
oh, he's part of that club
He's
too.
part of that club. That's a fact.
Who did it?
On the song, on the track.
Oh no, yeah, he's a young scholar. You know what I mean, he come from good family. Like,
well, you know that's GB's son, and
that's GB's son. So he come from good people, you know, and I'm not surprised that he's familiar.
Yeah,
he's familiar with the puffies, the puff burgers.
That type of pronunciation.
Yo, the puff burger is dirty, yo. That's a
what do you mean?
That's a dirty.
Come on, we just having fun. It's life.
Puff burger. That's like how
reload the clips. Could you imagine you going in the puff burger? You like reload the clips, reload the shit, reload it.
Wait, what is your definition of puff burger?
The puff burger is the puffy joint, the joint with the puffy lips, with the puffy puss.
Okay.
Pussy puff.
All right.
Yo, I can't.
Like, if I would have ever been like a male porn star, which on a lot of the nights I've thought of this as like some wild job.
That's how you talking to him?
No, I would want to have. That would probably be like I don't know. That sound like a cereal. They would endorse me like a little puffy puss.
They're not endorsing
Yo, that's crazy.
Puss puff. First off, listen, nigga. Like, we
Keep it real
understand.
with a little milk.
No.
Lord Joe, you gonna fuck them.
No, I'm not. I buy General Mills cereal. I'm not buying Pornhub cereal, nigga. I'm not buying West Coast production cereal.
Watch. Now, why don't you see Pornhub involved in some type of cereal shit soon?
But I eat rap snacks. They not Lay's.
You know what? Rap snacks is different than fucking porn snacks.
What do
Would
you mean?
Eat porn snacks like a
They putting trap niggas on potato chips.
So listen, at one point on my other show, I said something about a rapper. They asked me who the worst rapper was of all time, and I said the worst rapper of all time to me was Silk the Shocker. And after that, you know, I met some resistance, and some resistance came directly from Romeo himself. Romeo had some things to say
That's
to me.
right, Romeo.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And then I said some things back to Romeo, and we talked it out, and it was cool or whatever. And then I went to the store, and I got some Romeo chips to just show my respect. You know what I mean? And
And it was good.
They banging.
Fantastic.
They banging. But if I go in a back and forth with Mr. Marcus or any of these niggas, I will not.
buying their cereal.
I'm not going to the store.
You have a taste on
I'm
that.
not going to the store to buy a
It
box.
doesn't
They're gonna want to be in on it with you.
I'm not going to the store to buy a box of what's it? Puffy Puss?
Puffy Puss Puffs.
Puss Puffs.
What if it actually tastes
It
like
sounds
the
like
puss,
cat food.
That'd be super wild.
Listen, see now,
No,
listen.
that's the slogan.
Listen.
It ain't cat food. That's the slogan.
It ain't cat food, it's puss puff.
That's my partner for a reason. She's my partner for a reason because we think about this stuff and we get it right. But listen, it's not going to taste like it's going to be like berries and good for you, like nutritious, like made out of strawberries and like some type of grain.
Strawberries and grain.
Think about it. There'll be 10 with a little red inside.
Okay, with that being
Come
said,
on.
This guy is out of pocket.
Little triangle
listen. With that being said, you just heard that from the Thurman Street pumper himself, Porter Rich. What's going on, Porter?
What up, people? Nah, we just getting right to it, man. Live and direct. Just having some fun with the people, man. We happy to be here. We blessed. What up?
Yeah, man. We definitely are blessed. And it's two people that must be blessed. They came in today as the motherfucking Denim duo. The motherfucking Gene twins. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
These
saying?
motherfuckers look like Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger when they did Twins. What the fuck is this?
Don't be mad because you ain't part of this little, duo right
listen,
here.
these
Yeah,
niggas
y'all
got...
left us out.
They flashback from the 80s on the couch.
Yeah, man.
This
I like
wasn't
it, though.
planned. It
You
just
got
happened.
jeans in your jeans, nigga. You just ready to go,
Oh,
nigga.
Denim, man.
Y'all left us out.
Yeah.
It
'Cause
just
see,
happened like
we
that.
all came with representing the Sean Love music
Definitely
shit.
Sean.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
shout out to
saying?
Sean
You already
Love
know
for
what
the
it is with Sean Love.
Heavy.
You know he got the project.
Heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Available now. That's hosted by who?
DJ Chelsea Lee.
You know what I'm saying? Hosted by DJ Chelsea Lee, who's also Horny Park. Can we get a moan on 3? And I'm gonna count it right this time. 1, 2, 3.
Right there.
Damn. I'll take the right there for 500.
It's the right there for me. It's the right there for me.
Yo, that's crazy.
Don't ever tell me right there. You like that?
Right there is it. Yeah, right there is it. Right there is
Yeah,
it.
that was
right there is it.
that was a dope one. That was definitely a dope one for y'all.
Yeah.
Also on the couch, you know that one of the half of the Denim twins right now.
Right.
We have none other than philanthropist, motherfucking
Top Deacon.
Yes. You name one. Porter Rich.
Underwater ceramic technician.
Chelsea. What other one he got?
A submissive.
Of course you will remember that.
The hang glider himself. And now they are calling him the man known as Long Balls. The man known as Long Balls. Listen, you know what I'm saying?
Chicken strips out this joint.
Yo, listen.
But be honest with you, man.
He didn't even remember that he told us.
I didn't, but I'll be honest. From about my pelvis to like my mid thigh, I look about 64.
Listen, man, Pelvis Presley is in the motherfucking building.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? And that
Baggy ball brisket.
Hey, y'all don't ever call my balls baggy, son.
That's crazy.
Don't ever call my balls. Don't ever
That's
refer to my
disrespect.
balls
That
as
shit
being
baggy.
Yo, and that is
That's disrespect.
and that is Garnett Briscoe. Can we get a call, Garnett?
Hold on.
Can we get it?
She almost stole it. She almost got your shit copied.
Yo.
No, I almost thought that was me. I
Hold
thought
on.
that
So wait a
like.
minute. Who gets the royalties on that call right there? Like,
I mean, I definitely get the royalties.
oh shit.
Damn.
You sure? Did you copyright that or did she go? Because you know she on top of her like legal shit.
I copyrighted it.
Oh, okay. Kinda. He kinda didn't. She got
He
the
just
trademark.
saying that. He just saying that.
So
All right.
let's bring it back.
Here we go.
Ooh, that thing on.
What's up? You want battle?
That
Nah,
thing
we not
on.
battling.
You want battle?
Boy,
Thank you.
That's throat work.
that
Yo,
thing on
I ain't got all that
steroids.
right
Can't
now.
nobody battle that.
No, can't nobody do the call
Yeah,
like
man.
you.
Can't
man.
nobody
Nah.
battle that.
No,
Nah.
she did a damn good job though, man.
No, she
did a
did.
good job.
People calling you Young Dolph. Me personally,
That's hilarious.
I call you 2 Chainz. You got the other one tucked for some reason.
Yeah,
Try
man,
to be
nah,
humble.
because I just wanted to support this brand right here. This is Twin Souls. They gave me this, man. This is high quality jewelry, man. Some high quality jewelry. They iced me out. I think it's dope.
Ice
You like
me
it?
out. Ice me out.
This
Nah,
nigga with his
listen,
cash
listen.
Now you look nice. I like that.
Listen, they have great customer service. They have great pieces for both men and women.
I like that.
So definitely go check
What's
them
the
out.
name again?
It's Twin Souls.
Twin Souls.
.co, and that's on Instagram, and it's twinsoulsco.com.
Okay.
They got you out here
Sure,
laced, man. Garnett
Yeah,
Briscoe
definitely,
just
man.
out here living his best
He
life.
is.
He's looking like a rapper, and he's also looking like Waleska D, our fashionista.
Waleska Denim.
Yo,
Y'all already know
is
how
the
I'm
D,
coming.
Is the D for denim like V
Today
for
is
vendetta?
the-
Honestly, it might for today is the D's for denim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a denim vibe.
Y'all definitely sponsored by like Genuine.
Stop in those jeans, huh?
Y'all definitely
In those jeans.
y'all definitely
Garnett
like,
definitely in them jeans today. Go ahead,
Oh
daddy.
my Lord.
Yo, Wally always got a
It's
you know
that
what,
drink.
like,
It's that
Wally's-
tequila.
Like if this was the
It's like sexual harassment at this
is.
point.
yo,
Like,
that's
do
what I
you
was-
want it or not?
This is what I was gonna say. She's the motherfucking like construction workers that whistle at the ladies walking down the street.
Yeah.
That's why let's
But you can't be mad.
You know why I
'cause,
do
like,
that?
You can't be mad. It's Wally.
You know why I do that
she
though?
hilarious.
Because
You want to see how they feel, how the guys feel. I mean, how we feel.
Exactly that. And also, I want, because not for nothing, every time that I'm always saying something about either Garnett's penis, his long balls, or anything in that regard, they don't be in your DM though. They don't be in your DM.
So what she's doing is she's actually trying to advertise
Listen,
for our
I'm
brother.
throwing bait out there for you, baby. Like,
I don't need no bait. I'm trying to be bait free.
Bill Bates.
I'm trying to change my last name to Bateman. I'm trying to.
She called him Bill Bates.
Listen, man, he got the glasses on.
Thank you, Wally. I appreciate you for speaking so highly of me.
Cause you're a sex symbol right now, right, Chelsea?
Listen, I'm
He gonna be
Yeah,
the
he's
next.
getting there. Chicken
I'm
tender.
getting there.
Chicken
She said
tender.
tender.
She said you getting there, man.
I'm still.
She called you a chicken tender. That's different.
It's a strip.
A chicken strip, my bad.
Oh, yeah,
right.
it's the
But
strip.
I'd rather have a chicken tender
Well,
than a
then
chicken
I'll
strip.
be a tender. I'm
You
good
gonna be
with
whatever
tender.
you want, Chelsea.
Ain't that's the name of your app, the dating app for Garnett. It's a fucking Tinder instead of Tinder, nigga. Yo, so look, we gotta jump into this shit because we known to go over time. I mean, we don't get no complaints from the people that watch this, our whole fan base that watches this show and shit like that. Notice I did say fan base, but I got a question for y'all. Can black people be racist?
He gonna ask that shit
Why
like
was it
that.
so serious?
I don't know. Can they, Devin?
Oh, yo, check it. Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because I just got a couple gigs offered to me for some voice shit, for some ring announcing shit, for some other shit. So I gotta try out some of these other voices. You think I wanna be saying this shit with my regular
Yes.
voice? I wanna, you know what I mean, try some other shit. I wanna try my smooth shit. You know what I mean?
Smooth shit.
You
What that
funny.
sound like?
You funny as hell. Hey yo, but
Hold on. Wait. I need to hear what this shit sound like.
I don't know what it sounds like.
You was about to do
I was
it.
about to try it. Now,
Okay, let me
they're
see.
all eyes on me like Tupac.
Nah.
hit him with the Black Jeopardy voice.
Can black people be racist? They got a little accent on it.
It's a little accent.
For 500.
You got to do it with an accent. Your answer has to be with an accent.
That's Alex Treblack.
And go.
Exactly, Alex Treblack. Hey, yo,
That's his Alex Treblack
and
voice.
rest in peace to Alex Treblack,
Yes,
a
rest in
legend.
peace.
Straight like that.
Super legend.
Cause we been had that little inside joke way before the passing of the real Alex.
But what do y'all think, man?
Can black people be racist? Yeah, I feel like at a certain level though. I feel like if it's fueled with that type of hate and animosity, I feel like it kind of can be, but to a certain point, nah. I feel like when you're, I guess, the disenfranchised in a sense,
Okay.
wouldn't that make it hard to be racist if you're like kind of being oppressed by somebody?
I asked that because, excuse me, that's normally the debate or the argument. Is
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of times from people that they felt as though disenfranchised people, people that were on the end of the stick, or, black people couldn't be racist. I personally disagree, but I understand where they're trying to go with the reasoning or with the logic on it, because I think that some people think of racism as a power that a person could put on you. So they'll say like, what they think is, how can we be racist if we don't have the power? Like basically they're saying their racism beyond something like them going and punching a white dude in the face randomly, which is some wild shit. They can't oppress anyone through theirs. They can have a biased opinion, but when they have a biased opinion, it affects the job you get.
Yeah.
What restaurants you can go. You know what I mean? It's a different
That's
thing.
a good way to
Whether
paint
you
that
could
picture.
get into certain schools, because one of the reasons, I know niggas talked about me having like a Bill Cosby type of sweater before. I didn't appreciate that, but Bill Cosby, I always, I disagreed with certain things that he said and other people said, because they would say stuff like, you shouldn't name your kids like American black ethnic names. Like, don't name your kid Shaniqua, or she won't be able to get a job or something.
Yeah.
And my thought process is, no, motherfuckers shouldn't be not giving a person a job because their name is Shaniqua. Like any other person in the world, you know where they're from based off their name except us. Everyone. You know what I'm saying? Even Hispanic people, if I hear the name Nunez, I know that you're from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like we could start narrowing it down, but my last name Robinson. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't say nothing about my people or nothing like that. But what's actually funny is having a name like Jamiroquai. You know what I'm saying? When you look at like football players and their names pop up, you could instantly say, actually, that's an American person of African descent. You know what I mean?
I actually think that I'm not gonna call it. I wouldn't really call it like racist for a black person to kind of like be what we know is like racist, the normal racist. And the reason why I'm saying that is I gotta like break this whole shit down. But it's like I came up around black people all my life, right? Since born and raised, Camden, New Jersey. Majority, all my friends where I lived at, even downtown before the Pollock, majority black area, dominant black area. And I just feel like all over the country, like, again, and we'd had this conversation before, black people done been through like the most shit when it comes to like really like being oppressed and dealing with other people being racist towards them. And for real, black people have had the least opportunities, especially here in the United States of America, in the USA, since racism, since slavery and all that shit. Black people have had the least amount of opportunities, even when it comes to like us, the Latino community, the Asian community. And on top of that, they get a lot of flack for, kind of like the energy and the animosity that I feel they hold and be in them. But it's valid. It's valid. And a lot of times, because I've even heard like, Latinos, we can be racist. We can be somewhat type racist when we saying like, oh, we don't like how these people are, or you don't like how these certain people carry themselves or the energy they come with. But sometimes we don't be understanding to the whole really like history of it. The whole history, the pain that people deal with. Because even if a black person directly himself hasn't like experienced like racism and oppression and just inequality and unjust shit, he still, especially now, and so it's way back since we had TV. They can relate. They can relate to it. You see pictures of your people being hung and whipped and lashed.
Right.
And then when you think about, because race ain't nothing to me but division, another way that they was able to divide us. You know what I mean? From just realizing that we all one human race. but black people court the shittiest end of that whole stick. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so deep because sometimes a lot of black people gonna feel like, yo, y'all turning y'all cheek on what we've been through. And if you turning your cheek on what I've been through and what my people been through, then it's like, fuck you too.
Right.
So sometimes I don't, and that's why because I even, like sometimes I know some, like some people like they call it whatever, being pro-black or just being, on your shit for your people, and I've even seen like and heard of, just plans and ideas and black people that wanted to just only operate amongst the black people.
But they got to understand that came out of necessity.
Right.
Right. No, let's be clear.
Right. However it came about, from whatever, it's just, to me, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that. I don't want to live in a world like that. You know what I mean? Because I love all people, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you can't even be mad at them though. You can't even be mad at them because when you look at it like, look, the rest of the world feel like we bottom shelf. They're not trying to do anything for us. They're not relating to our pain on what we've been through. Nobody is trying to see like the reparations and no real shit done for us. So it's like, fuck it. Everybody stay away from us then. And I really wouldn't call that racism.
Yeah. So
it's like hard, but it's weird, man.
It basically can't be blanketed. It can't just be put in one simple thing.
Yeah.
I think, me personally, I think that black people can be racist. What I do think is that sometimes the things that black people say, that these strong opinions based on the way that we've been treated are not racist statements. But I believe that we can make a racist statement.
Right,
so a lot of times what happens is things that are said by certain people, whether celebrity or regular people, really just be some real shit that they're trying to get off their chest and express like, these are the situations my people are in. Even if a person makes it and they're famous and they feel a little bit removed or they get treated with the like black celebrity thing, you're not like the rest of you. Your relatives. They still know like, no, I know what everybody else goes through. And they'll speak on that and somebody will say that's a racist statement. And it's like, no, it's not. But there can be racist statements. Like I've actually been like out or on a date with a couple of women because the racism, when you think about it, don't necessarily be about white people. I've been around like black girls that said racist shit about Hispanic people, about Asian people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was on a date before, like Shorty driving. She said something crazy about like how she just like, I don't like, I think it was like, I don't like Mexican people. She started going in. I said, yo, pull the whip over. Popped right out. Like, we might as well not even finish this joint. Like, I can't even vibe with a person that even has that. You know what I'm saying? Like my niggas used to be like, nigga, you should have still smashed that joint. I was like, nah, dog, once that, I don't even wanna deal with a person.
I think that sounds crazy because I remember Puerto Rich gonna know what I'm talking about, but he mentioned something like that to me, like, a specific person says something like, I don't like Puerto Ricans or something like that, or Hispanic or something. And then I remember Richie calling me and was like, yo, this shit sound crazy. Like, and then it just got into a whole thing like, yeah, I don't like them neither. Like, and people was just like going in and it's just like, yo, like, this is crazy because
that's why I think sometimes, like, I think that all people can be biased in that way. And what happens is somebody spoke and then those people felt comfortable, just like we saw in this, we're not even making this a political thing, but in that Donald Trump era, we saw like once one person said something, immediately be like, hell yeah, I hate those nappy-headed bastards. You know what I mean? They came with the same type energy ASAP. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why we got the Karens of the world.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just start riding that wave. So,
but that's like when people say Karens, would that even be, because when we say Karen, we think of, is Karen just like a white girl who called the police, or is Karen anybody who? So
Karen became a white girl that called the police because we can't find the videos of a black lady seeing a lemonade stand and saying, where's your permit, my nigga.
So is that for black people or anybody to say? Is that racist towards white people to say you're a Karen?
So that's the thing is white people and black people use the term Karen. I don't know. That's why I like having these discussions.
I do believe that black people can be racist amongst as well as any other race. I'm not going to sit here. My statement isn't going to be black people are racist. My statement is going to be white people, black people, Asian people, Indian people.
We all can be racist.
Everybody can be racist because the definition of racism is just discriminating against another person, religion, sex type, whatever, towards anything that you are not or you don't like. And I know I've had Indian friends and, you know, I couldn't even go in their house because they're not allowed to date or have friends with somebody that's out of their religion. You know, Asian people hang with Asian people. You got black people that hang with only black people. I'm not going to say you're racist if you don't hang out with anybody out of your race just because of your environment, just because where you at. But if you strategically in your head, you're like, no, I'm not going to hang out with anybody unless they're Hispanic like me. You know, that is a little.
Yes, it is.
Would you call it racist or would you call it bias?
I'm saying if you have the choice to be friends with all people, if you're Spanish and you only want to be friends with Spanish people because you only live in a Spanish neighborhood, that's a product of your environment. But if you go to a public school and you say, no, I just don't want to be friends with those white people because, you know, I just don't care for white people.
It's racist.
That's like, to me, it's a little racist. Maybe if you try and you don't get along with them, then okay, I get it. But I think you should be able to be friends or date anybody. But I know when it comes to religions and religions, like I know there's in Asians, they might tell their kids, you have to bring home an Asian, you know, other to carry on the name or whatever. Indians the same way. The lady I worked with at work, she was Indian and she's with married to a white guy. And she told me the story that her family didn't like him for like 5-6 years. And they were against it. They were like, you have to date an Indian. And she was like, no, it's 2018 or whatever. And I'm grown and I can date. I fell in love with this white guy. And they did not like him. And it took them like 6 years, she told me, for the family to actually even be accepting of that. And she was not going to change that. And I don't really look at it back then, maybe for that generation's racism, because maybe their family actually came from that country where it was only that and that's where they were raised at. So there's different things to it. But now in this day and age, you can make your own decisions of who you want to be friends with, who you want to date. And anybody can be racist against anybody, not just black people.
I think that I love what you... I actually wanted to talk about this on like a future show. But wherever the conversation goes on the Devinwade Show, that's where the fuck we go. So I actually want to bring it to this then. And I want to talk about dating outside of your race, because that's kind of like where this naturally went to. You know, how you guys feel about that, the pros, the cons, or any experiences that you've had personally.
I think dating outside, for me personally, I mean, if people have known me, like I normally date black guys. You know, I've probably...
What, long balls? With chicken strips?
I don't know if they had chicken strips.
Why is this still happening? We're like 20 minutes into the show.
They have Dominican.
We always got to add that in.
She have Dominican too.
Oh, man.
Nah, but I normally, normally I date black guys. It's not that I picked that. It's just normally that's what I attract.
No, that's what you're attracted to.
No, that's what I normally attract. Spanish guys.
Because you don't holler at guys, they holler at you. So it's, okay, I get that.
And that could go both ways. But what y'all both said, that goes both ways, because I've had that experience in my life where I feel like I also attracted Hispanic women. But continue.
No, I normally...
I just wanted to clear that up because that was
you're
interesting.
right. You have a point, because like it for some odd reason, Spanish guys are not really into me, which is kind of funny. They say I act like a black person, which I think is kind of weird too. I'm like, what does a black person act like? Like, I didn't know I'm not black, but like, I didn't know black people act a certain way, and I didn't know I acted like that, but whatever, that's here or there.
They say it all the time.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I tried to date within my own race, which, Puerto Rican. And that was a lot. I think, I'm not going to say all Puerto Rican men are like this, but...
some cultural things you felt.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I felt a lot of cultural things, which is possessiveness. Very controlling, want to control the situation. I'm not gonna say Puerto Rich is like that.
We're not. We just for comedy purposes. I'm putting it on camera. I'm gonna make sure the camera zooms in on.
Yeah, absolutely. So while I'm saying all these things, make sure we're zooming into.
And we're gonna write possessive Puerto.
That's crazy.
I'm chilling. I got one of my riders with me. Y'all know how she feel about. You know what I mean? Don't play.
Right.
She does not have a gun this episode.
I respect it, but they definitely say they're possessive. They kind of like old cultural women, meaning like they're just in the house.
They like to go out and do what they want to do, and you got to be in the house.
Right. You don't really do
Doing
much.
nothing.
But this particular person, like, he kind of liked my independency, but he really didn't. So it was just like, he said that he liked my independency, and then when he seen me like doing my own thing, he like, whoa. He was trying to strip me from that. So it was just more of like, okay, like we can't. So that was like a struggle. We was like in a tug of war, because it's just like, nah, like don't, I try to be submissive a little bit, like, okay, I'll do this, whatever. But then I started seeing myself little by little not being myself.
But that's still an individual particular
guy. I'm not going to say all of them are like that.
Yeah.
But it's funny, my mother kind of was just like, yo, are you sure you want to date this person? Because she knows how Hispanic men are.
I mean, because of where we're from Camden, New Jersey, it is a majority Hispanic city, period. So we are like, the cultures are blended. We are in the culture kind of like together. And that's what we say. Like even Els, who's like right now behind the scenes, he'll tell you he'll be like, I mean, it's poppy shit. Like, and when he say like poppy shit, when he say poppy shit, he means like, yeah, we do kind of expect you to do this and do that. Like this is poppy shit. If he describe a dude, he'll be like,
that's some poppy shit.
He'll be like, boy was on like some poppy shit. Like he wanted it like,
and that's legit a thing. Like, shout out to all the poppies out there. They know exactly what we talking about. But even me being on this show, like if me fucking around with Garnett and playing and just like bitten, like that would not be. I wouldn't be on the show. Like that wouldn't work. So that's why, like, I tried different races. I don't really discriminate. I don't mind. Like, I've never dated a white guy, but I normally date black guys. And shout out to all my black men out there. Y'all always support me, always show me love.
Because black men love black women loves Latin women.
And, the Hispanic men that do kind of, dig me, shout out to y'all too. But, for me, it doesn't really matter.
It was, I mean, just the way I grew up, I don't care, but that wasn't always like the message at home. You get what I'm saying? So what Chelsea has said before, just about like, I don't know how it was back then when they came up. Maybe during the time, that's what, they was used to. But I got a chance to move out the hood early. So I'm around, white kids. I'm around Asian kids, a lot of stuff. So no matter what the message was, I still had to live with hair. It's like, all right, cool. Like, this shit is new to me too. Moving from Camden to Pine Hill, it's like, oh shit, it's white girls. This shit is new, and it's kind of dope. Like, all right, cool. Like, I understand what you're saying, Mom, but it's only like 3 black girls in this whole school,
and the rest are white.
Yeah, I'm the only black dude in my class.
So he's super cool at the school, so they feeling him.
They own him. They own the chicken strips.
Proximity at this point.
They heard that niggas got long balls.
Oh, but they didn't hear that in like 3rd grade.
It was long then though.
That's dirty.
Go ahead. Listen, sorry.
Had to tuck them things in my lunchbox at an early age. See.
Let
me stop. But now, so yeah, just like, that wasn't always just the message at home. But me personally, how I grew up and what I experienced moving to Pennsauken, which is like, ended up being like one of the most diverse schools I ever been to, where, you see everybody, any and everybody inside of Pennsauken High. And I think just, being around that, which is good influence to me. I'm learning different cultures. I'm learning life, just going around in the corporate world outside, you run into somebody at Starbucks. I'm able to handle myself correctly and, articulate myself and not be afraid to talk to them because of the way I grew up. So I'm pro, relationships. I'm just pro love at the end of the day. B who? What he say? What
Ray J? This your boy. Hold up. Ray J is also one of his heroes that he has
Ray
not.
J is that guy.
Listen,
God.
that he has not
my God.
acknowledged the way he's acknowledged Bow Wow, Romeo, and Nick Cannon. We
Lil
definitely
Zane.
know that.
Don't forget Lil Zane.
Lil
Oh, God,
Zane, you
Lil
picked
Zane,
that up
yeah.
kind of like later. I didn't know about that, but
Couple weeks ago, he picked that.
Yeah,
he
but
picked
he
him
was
up.
definitely.
No, y'all
listen,
picked that up a
Let
couple
me
weeks
explain
ago.
something to you without getting off topic. This man listened to the Ray J rant from the Breakfast Club every single day, to the point where it's getting on my like he would listen to it every day. He could recite the whole thing, and that's where he comes from, the thing where he was just like, love who you want to love, because I know it.
Be who you want to be, love who you want to love. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, and then he just.
Yeah, so that's where he got that from. But in my situation, in my lifetime, I noticed that it was a resistance from Hispanic parents, mainly dads. Sometimes both, but mainly dads. When they call you Moreno, okay. When they call you Moyo, it's something different.
Wait.
Is it?
He said when they
call you what?
Moyo.
He said when they call
It's
you
all the
Moreno.
same.
Nah, that's two different things.
Nah.
It's all the same, though.
No. I know.
Talk.
A
Let's go.
moyo is like, nah, it's a moyo, like that.
It's slang.
I'm like, no. It's
slang.
slang, but it's used in a different
Moyo
way.
always was giving off like the
Nigga.
ER, and the other one was like
Listen,
the GA.
it's slang. It's just different.
No, it is slang, but-
normal. We used to like how black people speak in English. So when they say mira, or
slang,
any of the other
but the
nicknames they
dialect
say
is
for
different.
Spanish, it's the same shit.
No, but the dialect.
what I'm saying
Moyo,
is, so-
Moyo, listen, when you heard Moya in rap music, nobody was offended. It's the same
But they
thing as
didn't
saying
say
Moya.
Moya.
I didn't even know. I never even heard Moya in rap
Yeah,
music.
man.
No, Richie, it's
for
different
me,
dialects.
So for me, I never heard Moya in rap music. I never even heard Moyos in rap music.
They normally say morena.
So like even if I'm listening to like Big Pun, it was Boricua Morena. Like that's what I heard. Whenever I heard in my life, it's me as a black man, somebody called me a Moyo, it was never endearing. Ever.
But no, 'cause
Never-
it's not supposed
It never
to be.
happened. Moreno, it was like regular cool shit, like Moreno, da da da. Cool. Well, I picked that up at an early age, like, yo, this nigga right here don't fuck with me. And with a lot of the dads, it used to be like a straight out thing. Like, I had girlfriends that, like, their dad never spoke to me. Ever.
That sound like some shit I do.
Imagine you be with
That's
somebody
real
for
old
3
school.
years. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you be with somebody for 3 years and, you know what I'm saying, you never talk to their dad.
It's
ever.
very old
They ain't
school.
want you
I
there.
don't listen. I don't know. She even Krista was asking me in my ear, like, does it mean nigger?
No.
Moyo, this what I'm trying to say. Because we making it sound like if a Spanish person call you a Moyo, they're calling you something racist or something.
No.
Or something, like you said, every time you heard it, it wasn't endearing.
It's just the
I
way they
don't
use
don't know Moyo to be disrespectful neither. It's like slang. If they don't know your name and somebody come in the store, I've heard tons of, whether they Puerto Rican, Dominican, or whatever, they either gonna say, el Moyo entró y se llevó eso, o el Moreno entró y se llevó eso.
But like,
It's the same.
No, but is it different? But you see, when they used it because you were doing something in a negative way. Not saying that
But
they're
even if you did something good, again,
But
who
no,
fixed your
but
car? El Moyo de ahí, el Moyo que vive ahí me arregló el carro.
Yo, but sometimes,
Me dio un precio bueno.
but what I'm saying is, it's not a
nothing wrong with
negative.
it.
It's nothing wrong with it. They're not calling you anything, but sometimes it's used in a way where it's just like in an angry statement.
But that's just, but listen, hold on.
That kinda transcends
That don't be the words. That be the energy.
No, that's what
hold on.
but Richie, you didn't let me finish. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say
Where's
is
the
that
gloves?
it's how you're delivering it. So normally when you're angry, you're gonna say Moyo, not Moreno.
So my thing is,
but
my
that's
thing
what
is,
I'm saying.
but my thing is, he initially
Good point.
asked about the
Solid
words.
point.
He initially asked about the word, about the specific
He said
term.
it felt different.
Moyo. So we gotta clarify when we speaking here, because we don't want nobody to leave from here thinking that when they get get called a moyo somewhere, and especially if it's not on no negative energy, that it's a negative word.
It's not a negative word, but what I'm saying is normally that word is used in that way. Meaning like someone's angry or someone's trying to say something in that regard. It doesn't necessarily mean...
They were saying it when they didn't like you.
So what I'm saying is I'm just telling you from my 40 years and my experiences, this is just me, I've only heard that in that light. I've never heard it in the other way. It was always a other one because with me not being a Spanish speaking person, that's how I was able to pick up the difference. It wasn't like somebody told me. It was like, I hear that one. I hear that one.
When you heard it, how did you, when you heard moyo, what did you feel? Did you feel like they were calling you like
I don't fuck with this. What you fucking with a moyo for?
Right. Like, I remember all my niggas, and this is all G shit. I don't know what slang y'all use when y'all was dealing with y'all Spanish friends. All my niggas use moyo. All my niggas that was talking shit when we be talking shit, and they be like, Rich, I'm telling you, your cousin, she want that moyo. I'm telling you, nobody was saying moreno in the streets. It's slang. Point blank, period.
We're not saying that though, Richie.
No, but I'm just saying because where I was niggas I was dealing with, we was in the hood though. While we was in the trenches.
He's talking about somebody's parent though. That's what I'm saying. It's a different scenario.
So both of y'all are correct in this, right? What he's trying to make sure to do is that people understand that when this actually goes to the long debate even amongst black people about the word nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how we say something when we say something happened at the club and we be like, nigga shit. Or we know how we feel when we say, that was my nigga.
Right.
So it's kind of like that same thing as what Rich saying. But what I will say is the older people, especially back then, they wasn't talking about it from that I don't feel, from that slang. It's a difference between our young generation because all of us was running around together. The Puerto Rican kids, the Puerto Rican girls, and the black dudes. We was all together. We talking about they moms and grandparents that was not feeling it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm only speaking from that experience growing up, where it was just like I was dealing with a shorty. Her pops just wouldn't fuck with me, or parents just didn't fuck with me.
I mean, it's definitely truth to that. I ain't really get my chance to speak on it, but it's all lovely. I speak a lot.
My bad.
Say no. He say I speak too much in the chat sometimes. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Some super ripped up nigga in his profile pic was like, Rich talk too much.
He didn't say that.
No, he really did. I try to shorten it for you, big guy. But I agree with Dev that, I agree with him, but I'm just not agreeing with like that term specifically. Like, I don't want my brothers to think that that's just like a straight disrespectful term. If it come with like fucked up energy, I get it. Like how Wally said, like, yeah, if it's coming, and most of the time, like she said, he was speaking about older people.
And not to cut you off, one of my, in Camden, we had this rap group, Unknown and shit like that. I was in there as me and two other people.
Wait, it was called Unknown?
Unknown.
Oh, I thought you said like unknown, like it was unknown.
No, it's called Unknown.
Okay.
Unknown is
I didn't know about
it's a history of Unknown in Camden, New Jersey and shit like that. So Unknown and my peoples on the song, he was calling himself that. And I remember us being like, yo, why you
what he was calling himself?
Moyo. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He was like, you know how Moyo. And I was just like,
and he was black.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just like, and we always like, yo, because that was our interpretation of it.
Right.
But it is some truth to just, I think, all of our like parents and their parents stemming from racism and stemming from division. And my mom sometimes don't get it fucked up. My mom, her closest friend is black, someone who grew up around us, that lived around us forever since downtown. But at the same time, my mom used to talk sometimes where that shit would sound racist, or say certain shit where I would be like, Mom, you can't say that like that.
Like, you gotta relax.
And my mom would be like, I don't mean no harm. What are you talking about? That's how I play or how I talk. And I'm like, that shit just sound crazy. Like, cause my mom don't know how to say nigga with the A. She don't. She can't. So I really try to tell her, like, for years, like, you gotta stay away from that word. Yeah, but no, seriously, because even though my homies that know, like my dogs that know, because I used to have my dogs in the crib, staying at night. We had game tournaments, man, all kinds of shit, gang shit, all kinds of shit.
And people gotta understand the culture of where we live at, because I know, like, maybe somewhere in the West Coast or in Texas, it's not the same as like black people and Puerto Rican people and shit are like one thing.
Yeah, here.
Where we live at, it's not. It's like when you heard Big Pun, like New York, this whole Philly, New York, Jersey, that's why you heard Big Pun on songs like the hook was that nigga shit, smoking weed with my mom's that nigga shit, because it was not, we don't separate each other.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And for a while, she pushed, like, she kind of like, I guess kind of like used to probably promote like a Latina from time to time, but it was never really heavy. And eventually that shit went out the window.
Promoted a Latina.
Like, like probably preferred that I date.
Like when she saw you and she said, you have to have kids with my son.
No. Well, back in the day, I mean, she probably used to be on that, but I've been having, like, just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I date all kinds of women. I can never be.
He like it all.
I can never be racist for the simple fact of how I opened up this whole podcast on a conversation about black people being racist and just my understanding to everything that I've witnessed since a child growing up, watching the TV, watching riots, watching, like, and I'm not saying that that's a justification for black people who do take it that far where they hate other people and disrespect other people.
You just understand the fuel.
I just understand what can fuel it. Simple and plain. And I wanted to say that because Wiley mentioned something like, we seen something by, from people that I see in public that speak to me and say, hey, what's up? And hi, how you doing?
And then say what you say.
Yeah, and it's love, but then I see you talking like you hate, who I am. Because regardless of how black I may come off and how black, because my friends, we always used to talk shit, play the joke, nigga, you black, and whoopty, and we'd talk shit. Listen, I don't care about shit.
I was
like
blown
that.
away the first time I heard you, because I knew you for years. When you spoke Spanish, I was like, what the fuck? He's really Puerto Rican.
Right. I get surprised too sometimes, like,
because he's light-skinned black nigga to me.
But see, and as funny as that shit is, but the truth is that I am Puerto Rican. And that when you do talk about Puerto Ricans, in a hateful manner, and in a disrespectful manner, it does bother me. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's going to bother me just like it'll bother you if I talked about some black people all crazy in your face. Like, come on, we men and we women, we fucking human, man. We human. We all out here going through what we going through as humans.
My thing is, why can't you be angry at the individual? Why you have to put the race in it? It might just be that individual. It doesn't necessarily, it's not a black thing. It's not a Puerto Rican thing. It's not a white thing. That might just be that individual.
Listen, we got fucked up humans, period. Of all cultures, of all ethnicities. We got humans that are not as good as other humans, is not as nice as other humans, they're not as clean as other humans. It's a human thing. And when we talk just division, it don't help in trying to break that shit and kill that chain.
I want to ask Chelsea, because they are biracial, her and her sister, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't think it's something that's as deep as like necessarily like bigotry, hatred, or anything. Maybe just cultural differences. I noticed since I've dated like all types of people that sometimes there will be a headbutting that was based on like more than a race, is like what the normal upbringing is of the race. You feel what I'm saying? You might deal with like my homie. I ain't even gonna shout. I was about to say his name, but he'll date like a lot of white women, and I remember him like dating a white girl, and when their money would get to a certain level that was not low, the panic that would set in because she grew up white and with money, she was acting like they was about to like not eat or something. And he was like, dog, this is the weirdest thing. She's like, she makes a big deal about certain things that are just like, dog, we are so good right now. What are you talking about? But she grew up like privileged, had certain things, and in an abundance where when things felt like it was about to get scarce, she didn't know how to ride broke at all. Even though they wasn't broke, as soon as it looked like anything could happen, her panic mode was different. And the reaction and the way it was compared to his baby mom that was black, it was just like, I never had to go. Like, like we never went through this. Yeah, like, what is this? What was the differences with, like, your parents?
Well, my mom was... My biological father had passed away, and then my mom remarried probably like 5 or 6 years later. But my mom was a single mom for some time. And growing up, my mom was always like the outspoken one, the very like, whatever we need, she gonna get it done. 4-stripe Adidas. You know, I had sneakers. They was new.
Yeah.
They wasn't Adidas, but they was new.
You ain't
so
go to school barefoot.
And she's a black woman, so I feel like I have, being mixed, she could probably agree, that being black and white, there was a sense of privilege because we did grow up in Cherry Hill. We had an in-ground pool in the backyard, but our mom, like, we never was, like, we wasn't the kids in Cherry Hill that had, like, the big houses, because in Cherry Hill, there's regular houses, there's regular people.
So basically, there's levels everywhere.
Yeah,
it's all
and then there's the people that live around the corner that live in like mansions,
like right around the corner.
And it's like, I'm not from Cherry Hill where you from, but I'm from Cherry Hill where I'm from. Like, we still
y'all had a nice house though.
There's Cherry Hill West and there's Cherry Hill East.
Yeah, but it was so hard regardless, because even though we are biracial and we are both, even hanging out with like the black kids, we were never black enough for the black kids. We're always like, oh, the white girls. When we hang out with the white kids, oh,
you too black.
Too much. You're too black. And there's been times in school, I went to Cherry Hill East, so it was like a predominantly Jewish school, white people, Asian, and there wasn't a lot of blacks, and I didn't meet a lot of people that were mixed like me. And yeah, they would always say, oh, she's pretty for a black girl. Like, I'm both. I'm not just black. Why are you trying to put me in a category? I'm not in a category at all.
But our mom never really had I remember growing up, mom always used to tell me, I don't care who you bring home as long as they treat you right. It was never a race, never... my mom doesn't even I make more racist jokes than my mom, but I make it because, you know, it's funny, and I expect when I say it around the people that I'm cool with, they know that I'm just joking. It's not like I'm making a racist thing, making fun of them, but I'd be like, yeah, when you hear about a shooting, you'd be like, yeah, that's a white person. You know, you hear about something that happened in Philly, yeah, that was some nigga shit, like you said.
Yeah,
so
I know
grow up.
People can't act like they don't know what a person means when they make a stereotypical jokes.
Right.
A person will try to act like, what the fuck you mean? It's like, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, my nigga. Like, let's not do that.
Yeah. So, like when the sniper came out, we was all surprised he was black.
Yeah.
Like, we was all surprised.
Yeah.
Because that's you know, and these are not racist things. These are just things that we all kind of know. It's kind of statistics and patterns. Right. But, you know, our mom never swayed any way towards anybody. I discovered, you know, what Wally said about the Spanish guys, that, like, I can't be with somebody like that because of my personality. I dated a white guy. I've dated a black guy. I've dated a Spanish guy, you know, and they're all different in ways. But my mom, my parents, they've never swayed us towards any type of race or anything. So we were fortunate and not to have to be like growing up where we'd have to hide to be with a certain race or religion, because it was never like that.
Right. Yeah, all Spanish guys ain't like that, for the record.
No,
like,
they're not.
Just hold on.
Say that though. Nah, say that. Not because of y'all. It's for the people.
I did say not all of them.
I don't believe there is, but if you're out there and you are, then you know, I'm sure like Wally said, they probably watching it laughing, because it's not always a bad thing, like, because some women like to be with a Spanish guy.
Right.
But me and my strong personality, for me,
it's hard.
I couldn't do it. But some women that grow up Spanish or like Italian, or there's just some religions that are more submissive women.
Certain cultures, that's a
Black
fact.
women are not easily submissive
They
women.
want that, like,
That's a fact, though.
Even half black women are not easily submissive women. So,
or whatever it is, but yeah, like everybody knows that. Like, I'd be chilling.
I wanted to say this too, at least before we get off this subject. As far as this goes, I feel like we're in like a really interesting time, just as far as race goes and things like that. Absolutely. And I think that we got to pay attention to the youth and the kids and what we put out there, because, you know, we could end up being, you know, our parents or, you know, our elders that was telling us these things that, you know, we end up not doing, and, you know, we blossomed, and thank God. But, you know, we can end up like that just because of the way the world is set up right now. Right. As far as, like I said, the tension, the presidential stuff, and with everything going on. So just make sure, you just putting out good energy to everybody and being positive, and also, let people date who they gonna date.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Let love be love, and that's
Yes.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't turn into Ray J again, because he was trying to
be whoever you want to be. Love whoever you want to love. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant.
Can you stop?
We know how you meant it.
That's his favorite episode. No, he's being Ray J from this.
No.
How many times did you smack Fad, bro? How many times did you smack
He said he punched him one time. He said, and I touched it. One time.
He told me not to touch him.
And I touched it.
Can we touch
straight up?
Can we have somebody touch the wheel, please?
Yeah,
Can we bring
bring the wheel.
No. That's honestly one of like the greatest interviews that happened, like, to me, as far as in my era. Like,
that was
that's like a super classic moment to me. And
well, I had to hear
that
it
shit
a million times because Garnet.
So you Ray J and Stabulous. You both of them.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that on ice, yo. We got to do that on ice.
What? The Ray J rant on ice?
Yeah, I think that'd be fire.
Listen, I'm not producing that.
That would be fire.
You play Charlamagne.
We're gonna get this wheel spinning. Somebody.
It's gonna be a twerk break. Y'all already know. Y'all got 3 women here.
She just got back in the building.
They want 3 booties.
They said Monica went crazy last episode.
Now once again, if it's on, then it's on, fuck a win. I ain't going out sad, not again. We was moving out bad every 10. Always got love for my dad raising men. Right, I've been taking all these flights, shit, I'm out the city. You was saying on my timeline, mad shitty. I was rolling up the G-Pod, sipping Henny. Ran out of Henny, I started sipping the Remy. Bad bitches in my section trying to get with me. Taking shot at the shot, trying to get tipsy. Blue 100 in my pocket, they for Crib Nipsey. Blue 100 in my pocket, they for Crib Nipsey. We got the clip shooting Vivos and shit. Reload and hit, we smoking blitz. Got it out the mud and that said we lit. Steady talking heavy, I'm popping my shit. And we was on the corner ducking CIs and shit. Re-up the flip, teed up the whip. Now we run through trying to see what it is. Vivo when we hop on, we hop on, we hop on, we hop on, we hop on.
Yo, this has been another episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Devinwade, Dangerous DevNasty, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.
So real, I can feel it. Tell it you ain't had it this good in a minute. His time is over, tell that lame that he finished. Cause you need a real one, I'm a real one.